panties. That's why he's not in the BRICS. He's never sent a letter or even sent a mail that he wants to join, that the Biafra government in Ezra wants to join the BRICS. But the BRICS, we are there serving the interests of the Biafrans and the interests of the Biafra Republic government in Ezra. Simon was not there, but every intention, what Simon would have done if he were to be there, BRICS executed those things without Simon being there. Because the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafra Republic government in Ezra, which Simon Ekpa is the prime minister, had made the world to see the nakedness of this wicked entity called Nigeria. If Nigeria can be rejected in the soil of Africa, just imagine what will happen when Biafra is fully restored. I'm not talking about the West, because Nigeria can never be rejected in the West. Because if the West did not reject Nigeria when Nigeria sent to them an impostor in the place of Buhari, the West can never reject Nigeria, because through Nigeria, their impunity is being decimated. Their impunity is escalating on daily basis. The name Nigeria shields the corrupt system of the West. The West will come in their land and tell you that organ harvesting is a violation of human rights, and this is that, and they are jailed mad. But once it happens in African soil, it is not a crime. Imaru Diko was, Nigeria went after him to extraordinary rendition him from UK, from the same British soil, and British break some diplomatic ties with Nigeria, because Nigeria want to commit abomination in their soil. But the same crime was committed even times 10 of it in African soil. It was not a crime. Even UK didn't want to hear the case in their own court in UK. That's why I say that any crime of Nigeria, that Nigeria can never be denied anything in the West. Because Nigeria made it possible that the West is harvesting the mineral resources in Africa without paying anything. That's why Simon Ekpa was not there. Now you begin to understand why Simon Ekpa was not there in BRICS. But Nigeria was rejected in BRICS, serving the interests of the Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom. Because had it been BRICS received Nigeria, we will even start from now to fight against every member of that particular group, organization. We will know that Africa have set themselves up for destruction. Because any continent of Africa that is doing anything and they invite Nigeria either to be part or to head it, you're inviting destruction the very moment you started your building. You already introduced carcass in the foundation of the building. And there's no any other thing carcass do but to bring whatever thing that they are in, to bring it down, to make sure that the foundation does not stand. That's why today ECOWAS, AU, all these organizations that you think that they will be speaking for the interests of Africans are not doing anything. And there are dead toll everywhere in Africa. Dead toll in Nigeria, the so-called giant of Africa. Had it been AU is there for the interests of the Biafrans, the interests of Africa, they will make sure that the giant of the so-called giant that they have is stabilized. Because every other African country will be learning from them. Because they should be leading in everything. They should be leading in development. They should be leading in innovation. They should be leading in everything. But what are they doing? They are being backwarded in everything. In development, they are so backward. in everything that a human being needs to be sustained in this life, they are backward in it. They have not even started dreaming of living like human beings. That's why if you invite them in anything, they will put carcass there, they will become a palmer worm, they will become a caterpillar in that thing and bring it down. To make sure that the purpose of the Fulani is served in Africa. That's why Simon Ekpa is demolishing everything, and in the later days, more are still coming. Just like our Minister of Information said earlier, announced earlier when he started this broadcast. He announced of the happenings and the areas, designated areas in Ngokbala, that our Prime Minister have announced to those people that the dead terrorists of Nigeria, the jihadist terrorists in military uniform, in police, in navy, in a custom, because they deploy everything in Biafra land, even their civil defense, all of them, because they are all forces, they are all armed. They deploy their arms, their terrorist armed personnel to Biafra land to burn and kill innocent men and women. So I want to re-echo, if your people are in this environment, that Ngokbala environment, the distance is on Twitter space. You can share it on Facebook, YouTube, or in any other media platform that you are in, so that your siblings or your brother or your loved ones that are in that environment will see it and see the places that have been circled in yellow and abhor that place or abstain from coming out from 3 a.m. tomorrow. Nigeria is already destroyed. And this is the prophecy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come true. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that a time is coming when you will say that you're in Nigeria and people will spit on your face. If Nigeria can be spitted on their face in a continent where they are called the giant of Africa, just imagine, begin to imagine what will happen in the nearest future when Biafra will be completely separated from the Zoological Republic. Nobody will want to identify with the corrupt system of Fulani. Nobody will want to have anything to do with the killer squad of the earth. Nobody will want anything. Even that is the time. I want us to mark this. That is the time this West that made them their puppet will tell them to their face what they are. Will tell them to their face that they don't want to have anything to do with them. Because the main purpose where they are being pampered, where their terrorism act they have not been designated, why they cannot be called a terrorist, why they will be in a drug abuse, where they will be pushing drug and they will become a president at the same time, where somebody can be a drug cartel from the Fulani enclave and the law enforcement agencies, ICs and the Hague, all these people, all these laws, all these people that we know that can go after anybody that they wanted that have violated any laws in the world, and they will get them to come and serve the charges of the crime that they have committed. All those people will wake up and begin to act. But for now that Nigeria is still making it possible that they take oil without anybody checking how many barrels, take gold without measure, take diamond, take uranium, take all the takeables, zinc, whatever, coal, wood, plumb, tinker, nobody is even talking about that one. And many other precious stones that they are harvesting from Africa. Nobody is even talking about that one. But once these doors, because it's only one door, close the door of one Nigeria and these whole doors will be closed. Just like our brothers in Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. have picked up the fight. And 9Geria have joined them by not allowing France to make use of their airspace to attack Niger. Africans are waking up. Our prime minister was not in BRICS, but BRICS protected and speaks very loud for the Biafra liberation movement. They speak loud for Mazi Simon Ekpa. They speak our interest. When anybody is speaking for your interest, he mustn't call your name. But when somebody is working for your interest, for your benefit, that person is directly or indirectly working for you. Just like the Fulani Caliphate is directly working for the interests of the West. That's why they have to do everything to protect the interests of the Fulani, because they are working directly for their own interest. That's why they can protect the war situation, something that have never happened in the world before. That a man will die and you bring another person, that person begin to act like that person. It have never happened in the world before. And that person will come and govern a living beings for 6 more years. But the West protected it because the people that committed this heinous crime is serving their interest. That's why what happened in the BRICS is that BRICS is speaking the interests of the Biafrans, and they are speaking the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. And that is the way we are going to maintain it. And we are going to speak more volume in the later days, when Biafra will take up their self-referendum. That's why it's very important that if you are opportune and you are privileged to be in Finland on this convention that is coming, where people that are fought, people that are learned, advanced in freedom fighting, will be talking to Biafrans and addressing them on how we will go on our self-referendum. It will be a great opportunity if you will find yourself in that environment on that fateful day. And like our PM have said, that convention have a lot to deliver on our struggle. So thank you so much, Biafrans. Mazugo 24. You're welcome, my brother. The first, if you're not receiving advice, the mic is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Wachineke. I'll allow the ministers to go ahead. We have Mazugo, we have Vam Bam Vam in the house. Mazugo 247, go ahead.
And Ogodoman
Oh,
is
no,
here.
so got a
Ogodoman, you're
man
welcome.
here. All
Yes,
right.
Ogodoman, you're welcome.
Mazugo, go ahead and meet yourself, and then Vam Vam Vam.
Is Van Van Vam
I
is no
beg,
more here.
I want to correct one impression where we did do for this tweet, Twitter space. I beg, for me, and known as for others, we are all ministers. You know what he resemble? When you see some pastor, you go say, this one is man of God. This one is minister of God. You unko wetin you be. No be the same thing. Are you a man of Satan? We are all the same. To me, I believe we are all the same. We are serving the same purpose. Sorry, I just want to correct this. I have some things in my hand now. Please, let's move on. I'm here with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Is Vam Vam, I think Vam 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 dropped, they kicked him out. I sent you the mic, Pastor Vam Vam Vam, but we must continue. It's like the topic says, you know, um, I was just laughing this morning when I went to the Prime Minister's Twitter to, see what's going on there. And I saw Nigeria, Shetima, because I have to go back to Shetima again. He's saying that Nigeria never applied because yesterday our Prime Minister made fun of them that after begging to join the BRICS and then they were given the boot, they kicked them. And this is not Okwawa. This is not the style of Okwawa. No, it is size 50 boot. Kicked him so hard, Shetima lost his senses. He said that nobody, they didn't apply. But I'm glad that one of our own Biafran posted it. I think it was posted the same another article of all the countries that are over 20 of them that applied, and Nigeria was included in the countries that applied to join BRICS.
It's
And
not
it's
just
like,
that. It's not just that. They wrote, even their media publish it, that
yes,
Shetima is going to in place of Tinubu to represent Nigeria in BRICS. Are you getting it? So him
yeah.
coming out to say that they never apply. Even if you did not apply, it is disheartening that such thing is happening in the soil of Africa and you are not the one championing it. That
I,
has a
to,
lot of message to say out there.
I told you guys the kind of person Shetima is yesterday. He's the kind of guy that back in the day when we play soccer in the backyard, and the guy he's the one that will bring the soccer ball, but he doesn't know how to play. So everybody will, you play in my group, you will divide post. Everybody will choose post, and nobody will pick him. And then he will go back and tell you that the reason why they didn't pick him was because he didn't want to play. But he's the one that brought the soccer ball that nobody would choose him still because he sucks. And that's exactly what happened. So now he's crying about it and saying that he didn't apply. The giant of Africa. And they are in African soil. And you didn't. And after all said and done, you went there. And after everything, even if you didn't apply, the fact that you went there and they didn't choose you, that is sad. That is actually, and him crying about it on social media is even more pathetic. It is so pathetic, and that is what Nigeria does. If they want to bribe you, because they can never fight fair, they will bribe you or kill you. And when they cannot do those two things, they will go on social media, on the internet, and cry about it. That is exactly what they're doing about our prime minister. They've seen that he's somebody that they can never bribe. They can never bring him down. It doesn't matter. All their effort has failed woefully. So now they have to go to Russia to cry. Oh, Simon Ekpa is not a Biafran. He's not fighting for Biafra. You ask them, when has Nigerian government become proponent of Biafra? To tell us who and who is fighting for Biafra and who is not fighting for Biafra. And it's just sad. It is sad and pathetic, and we understand it. We understand it, and we're happy because I said anything that causes Nigeria pain brings Biafra joy. And the fact that they were not, chosen, the fact that they were kicked out, given the worst humiliation of their entire existence, on an African soil, and they were not choosing the so-called African giant of Africa. That is what brings me joy. Even though that our prime minister, everybody, even Mazen Namdekanu, nobody were not in BRICS, but they got the treatment that they deserved. Even though we are silent there, our silence is speaking volume. The silence of our prime minister not being part of BRICS is speaking volumes. And that is exactly why we are so happy, and I am joyed when I see such a thing happen. Because Nigeria is a national embarrassment. Everywhere they go, our prayer is that they get the treatment that they deserve. Yesterday we were discussing, and I said, it's not about the BRICS. We already know that Nigeria was disgraced. We already know that they were given the boot. We already know all of these things, but that is not the news. And I still maintain that the real news that everybody should be asking is why they sent a terrorist to go to where Vladimir Putin was. Not just Vladimir Putin, you have the president of Russia, you have the Chinese president, the Brazilian president, the South African president, where's the other one? Iranian president, a lot of them. And they sent, out of all the people to send, they sent a terrorist. What did he go there to do? I still maintain my stand that he went there to kill the president of Russia, because that is what he does. He's the only one that negotiates with terrorists. He's the only one that eats and dies with terrorists. He kidnapped the Chibok girls, and according to our sister from yesterday, no, I think it was our brother, he's the one that masterminded the Abuja bomb blast. The same person. So what did he go there to do? And that is what I am so worried about, because I couldn't sleep last night. Because we have to warn the rest of the world to tell them who Shetima is. He's the Boko Haram commander. All the terrorist organizations are deadly, the worst kind of the Janjaweed, the worst kind of terrorist in Nigeria. Their chairman and their grand ambassador and their grandmaster and the commander is Shetima, a terrorist. What did he go to South Africa to do when you have all these head of state, and you know that Nigeria doesn't represent the interests of their people? They represent the interest of the West, and we already know that the BRICS, they represent the interest of their people and not the West. So what did Shetima go there to do? I think he went there to go and bomb the place, or kidnap the children, or rape the children or the cows, or do something evil. But we know that whatever it is not good. And we just have to warn the rest of the world to let them know that, this guy, they send him here and he didn't come in peace. And that is what I maintain. So I appreciate you guys. First of all, I appreciate everybody here that is joining us on the space. Everybody, good morning from here. All the lovers of freedom, all the Master Simons, the freedom fighters, the real freedom fighters, our ministers, everyone, I love you, and we must continue. But we need to be asking this question: why did Shetima go to BRICS? Why did they send a terrorist to go and bomb Vladimir Putin? He went there to kill Vladimir Putin, not just Putin, the president of China, all the enemies of the West. What concern a terrorist with the economy? Somebody that believes in eradicating innovation and embracing Sunni. What concerns him with economics? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So what did he go there to do? And we already know that Shetima, he always, these terrorists, suicide is one thing they love, and they always wear suicide vests. And we know that Shetima already has it on, and he's a type of criminal that you can never, catch him alive. So he will bomb the place. So we should be thanking God. But like we said, we need to tell the whole world that Shetima is not, he's a terrorist, and warn the rest of the world so that they don't become victim of Shetima. Because today, just like I posted on the Jumbotron, his men, Shetima's men, has done it again. He says bandit reportedly invade Zamfara village, abduct women, children, killings, injuring scores. So whenever they say scores, it could be anywhere from 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 1 million. We don't know how many, because they have gagged the media so much that nobody can tell the truth anymore. They have gagged the media that nobody can speak the truth. Nobody can say anything anymore, because if you say it, the Nigerian government, the Shetima runs, will come after you. He will send his other terrorists in uniform to come and kill you. So that is what we're asking. Thank you, and we must continue. Thank you, Ifeanyi. And we'll go to, please raise your hand. Raise your hand, that way we know who hasn't spoken and who needs to speak. I see our own Justice in the building. Justice, you're welcome. We must continue. Mazoya, commit yourself.
Thank you so much, my great comrade, my Minister of Information. Greetings to you. And other ministers in the house, all my senior comrades and my ladies. Greetings to you all. Thank you for your work. Thank you for all the things you've done. More grace to your efforts. I'm Onyeka Chukwu, aka Encoda Number. Thank you for all you have been doing, the Biafra Liberation Army and the ESN. Thank you so much. We are humble at your service to Biafrans. And my prayer is that all of you will live to see Biafra and enjoy the fruits of your labors. And thank you so much. I want to suggest something to my Minister of Information, because some people who are not, who see themselves they're not member of IPOB, they don't understand that you mustn't be a member of IPOB to support what we're doing. It mustn't be. I'm suggesting if we can draft a letter that we will share to every communities in diaspora, for them to understand that their unconcerned attitude towards the Biafra liberation, in terms of supporting our ESN and the Biafra Liberation Army, will be to the detriment of their children. So I think we need to draft letter and share to them, because I'm trying my best to notify them the need for them to support what we're doing financially. And I think that one is not enough. So, and I think the government needs to draft letter so that we can share it to the communities in diaspora, for them to understand. It will be read when they gather for the meeting, for them to understand that it is their onus, their responsibility to support what we're doing. Because for their villages not in come today, not because of their Nigerian security, not because of their vigilantes. Vigilantes are working with Nigeria police. It's because of ESN and different Liberation. Because if they have finished, if they have succeeded in the community where they are facing them now, they will hold their flag and move to the next community. That they are not in IDPM today is because of Biafra Liberation Army and ESN, which the Biafrans under the leadership of Mazin and Nekan, under the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Republic Government in Exile, being the Prime Minister is our Master Monepa. It's because of them that they are living, going to farms now without being kidnapped, without being raped. So we need to, that's my suggestion, please, because it's very imperative for them to understand, to know what their inability to support what they're doing will, what will cost their children in future. So it's better they are warned now. So because they're saying in our they just said so we have to let them know what they will face, what their children will face. Thank you. That is what I want to suggest. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mazi MNK, Simon Eba MNK. But I want to say something on this, your last submission. I want to say, I will ask you this question, then you will answer me. It will answer the question, that it will answer the suggestion that you just made. If fire should engulf the house where you're living now, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
If fire should engulf where you're living now and the neighbors are running around to see if they can quench the fire, what should be your own input? Are you going to sit down and want somebody to come and plead with you that your house is on fire before you start doing something? Or are you the one that will even start begging other people that are not related to you to come and help you out?
I will. Yes, I will.
You'll be the one championing it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody is an IPOB so long as you are born and brought up, so long as the blood of Biafra runs in your vein. Your mother is a Biafran, your father is a Biafran, you are an indigenous person of Biafra.
Yes.
You don't need any letter from anybody to come and fight for the right of your children and your children. You don't need letter from anybody to come and fight for your right. You don't need any letter from anybody that you need to go and buy fire extinguisher to quench the fire in your house. If you allow your house to burn, you didn't do anybody any favor. If you come to quench the fire, you didn't do anybody any favor. You worked for yourself. You're favoring yourself and your children that will inherit that house after you. So our house is burning. And if people did not listen to the yearning of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcasted it. He even went to the United States. He called on a lot of people. Support this move. He even went to the extent telling the people that is in the United States, if you guys did, more especially you guys that are in United States, if you did not support this move, I want to announce it to you today that you and your children and your race will die here in the United States and you'll be buried here in the United States. That not even your carcass will come to Biafra land. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made all those statements and is there in the public domain, is there in the media platforms.
Yeah.
If you go to YouTube, Google Mazen Nnamdi Kanu message. If you go to Wikipedia, Google Mazen Nnamdi Kanu messages, you will see them randomly. So nobody need any letter from anybody to come and support, because it is if the Nigerians can be crying and the other people that are not Nigerians in the Western world will be asking a question, what is happening? Who are these Biafrans? How much more those that there are people from the villages are calling them, today we are sitting at home, will be, if they are blind, if they are deaf, at least if not for any other thing, they will ask this question. What is it about the sit at home you guys have been telling us? That you guys were asked to sit at home 2 weeks. You guys have been sitting at home for 2 years now. What is the problem? Their people must have told them, if they are living in Mercury, they are living outside the world. They are living in the space that they don't understand what is happening. Their people must have called them on the phone and tell them, we are sitting at home because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition, kidnapped from Kenya, and extraordinary rendition. What did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu do? Why did they have to kidnap him? Why did they have to torture him? They'll tell them it's because he's talking about Biafra, that he wants the Biafrans to be free from torture, to be free from all this trauma that we are going through in the hands of the Fulani and British. And if they receive all this information and they didn't ask, oh, how are they going about the Biafra? And the people around them, there's no place you are in the world today that you don't see that the Biafran person is not. And the media, so long as you come to Facebook, you will see it. You go to YouTube, you see it. You go to this place, you see it. You listen to Master Simon, but yet you hardened your heart and say that those people are foolish, that they are wasting their time, that they should allow Obi to come, that they should allow this one to come, because of your fraudulent, or maybe because you are now eating very well in where you are. And whenever you travel home, you become a lord to all those people. And you see Biafra coming as a threat. You know, some persons have a wicked heart. You see Biafra coming as a threat to you, that once Biafra come now, nobody will realize, even if you come from heaven, nobody will know you're coming from heaven. Because the people you're coming from heaven to meet are also living in their own heaven here in Biafra land. Many of them, this is what is making them not to support. And many others are being biased because of the appointment they are looking for in Nigeria, or because one of their uncle and their siblings are there in the political system. So nobody will be begged. The time we beg people to come, and we are still pleading, just like you say it on the, nobody will write any letter to anybody.
Thank
If
you
they
so
don't
much.
want to come and support, Biafra will come. And when Biafra come, they will pay the price then. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
my brother, for your submission. God bless you. I
Thank
think Kemas
you.
Jugo has spoken, right?
Yeah, I think he's occupied right now. Let's go to the daughter of ancestors.
Daughter of ancestors, submit yourself.
All right, she may be receiving advice. We go to Solomon Gabriel.
All right. Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans, fellow comrades, my Honorable Minister of Information, Maze Akbarawa Sonny. I love this your name so well. In my local dialect, Akbarawa means a full-fledged man. Dimpa. Another name for Akbarawa is Dimpa. Ifeanyi Wara, the first, Mas you go 247 and every other comrade in the house. I greet you all. I greet you all. I greet you all. These days, I'm always super excited identifying with you all. because I see it as if we already, in fact, not even I see it, we are already in the promised land. You know, just like our indefatigable Honorable Prime Minister will always say, then go explain tire. Explanation self never starts. Imagine their so-called vice president, the honorable minister of terrorism, Shetima. They explain. He is explaining that Nigeria never applied to join BRICS. This is so funny, honestly. Honestly, it's very, very funny. Why is he explaining? What is happening? What is making him to explain? Who asked him? Who is demanding for his explanation? His own media house, the same media house or groups that they use for propaganda against the holy people of Israel, the BIAFRANS, stated it clearly, made it clear that their application failed, that they were ignored, that BRICS rather invited or honored their counterparts, Egypt and so on, Ethiopia, that their application failed. And he's coming out to explain. For what? What is the explanation? Oh God. The zoo is gone. The zoo is gone. The zoo is gone. Okay, they never applied to join BRICS, but they wrote to BRICS not to listen to our prime minister that is a trouble fermenter, a troublemaker, that he is not fighting for Biafra. What is their interest there? What is their reason for explaining to BRICS why they shouldn't listen to our prime minister if they have no interest? Let's assume that, okay, yes, that they truly did not apply to join BRICS or to become a member state in BRICS. Why are they now explaining to a bloc that they never intended to join or that they never applied to join? You know, these people think that they think, just like the Bible said that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, wickedness at the highest places. They thought that they are just fighting with the class of 67, 1967 to 70. They never knew, they never understood that they are fighting with that same powers that the Bible stated. No longer flesh and blood. It is now double wickedness, not even at the supreme places, because most of us are no longer humans. We are no longer humans, just like our leader, our prime minister, all the honorable members of the Biafran Republic government in exile, and the true Biafrans fighting and lovers of this freedom. We are no longer humans. I myself, I'm not even living. I can't remember when last I dreamt or thought about or feared about being killed. Just because my leader said, if you want me to be alive, give me Biafra. I'm dead already. So I'm with him in that class. We are the class that are dead already. We are dead. So if they want us back, and not even coming back to Nigeria, if they want us back, they should give us Biafra. Else, we'll continue acting and giving them the treatment of dead men. Dead men never behaves like mortal flesh. We keep giving them all these, spiritual things until they understand clearly that we are no longer together. We are no longer together. Today, I received a call. I don't even know where to start. My joy in band today. I got a call. As I always tell everyone here, I'm in the zoo. I'm in the zoo. But due to some threat or one or two, I had to leave our zone for safety. But my greatest joy today, even if I should leave this world today, even if they should get me today and bring me down, nothing. My joy today is that one of those that thought that they are invincible, just like we've activated the Idua Canon, one of them called me from my region. I'm from Obo State. I'm from Obo State. The present day, the region in the present day, Abia. So the true BIAFRANS will know where Obo State falls. But I will not disclose my local government. One of them called and asked me, because while I was around, I was the eye with which they saw or they see. Then called and was like, Obo, how are you? Because the Idua got to my place 2 days ago. The Idua is happening live. One of the invisibles in my region for over 3 weeks now. He visits every weekend. For over 3 weeks, he has not been back. I will not disclose the name. I know they know my voice. He has not visited. So they have been calling to know. I told them that they should happily and joyfully receive it. During the time of John the Baptism, he baptized with water and promised them that the person coming after him will do same, but with an inclusion of fire. So after responding to them like that, they stopped calling. They use my friends. A lot is happening and I'm happy for it. Just like I said, if I should leave the world today, I would die a fulfilled man. Because all that I have labored for, I believe in no distance. If after our convention, I know, I believe, I trust in all that the Biafra government is doing through our indefatigable Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. If I don't make heaven, I will be happy in hell, because I will know that once Biafra is restored, my people will be happy. If at the end I make heaven, so be it. So my dear people, my beloved people, I thank you all for your relentless, your resilience, and everything that you've been doing. Just like our Prime Minister keep us Dengo explain. The problem is that they've not even started explaining because we've not started. Our leader said there is a method to our madness. Maybe they thought the madness our leader was speaking of or talking about then was these people that pick deaths and walk around the streets. They never knew that our leader was speaking based on the level or percentage at which we are motivated, articulated, and well or heavily determined. That is the madness he was talking about. We are motivated, articulated, and heavily determined. We are mad. Ara na ban. In fact, Ara baga himself. So they don't know. And the time is fully ripe for them to begin to understand or to reap what our leader was actually speaking of. And the more they hold him, the closer our freedom. I can't see the reason why, as the giant of Africa, they would threaten to invade, intervene, do this and do that in Niger, and still hold back. over how many weeks now. They will only come up on social media to say we will invent, we will do this. Go ahead. Biafra is their only fear, because the handful of security men, semi-trained or partially trained security men that they have or that they are having in their camps are not even enough to invade the Niger. Not to talk of after releasing those men and Biafra strike, where will Nigeria be found? How will it look like when Niger and all neighboring countries, all allies, all African allies in support of Niger strike Lagos and Abuja, and Biafra is striking also? Where would they run to? The Bible, the scriptures, the Holy Scripture said, where will the righteous go if the foundation is destroyed? But the true story or the good story about this particular one is that the foundation this time around must be destroyed, and the righteous will be saved, especially the righteous from the east, the rising sun. They will be saved. We will be saved. No matter what happens, we'll be saved. In fact, we already
Thank
saved.
you.
All right, thank you. Let me hold it here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you once more for this wonderful opportunity. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to bless us all. Say,
It's
it's,
uh,
uh,
thank you,
thank you,
much,
thank you
Chineke,
much,
for
Chineke,
that.
for
Meet
that.
yourself. Well, thank you for that submission. We must continue. We must continue. Don't forget, we have fundraising coming up today. So make sure you participate, you do your part, and allow the government to do their part. And watch as we go and get Biafra. Tobechuku, unmute yourself. And I think Tobechuku may be having issues. All right, since Tobechuku is having issues, daughter of ancestors, are you here? Daughter of ancestors is not here. All right, we'll continue. So I just saw the notification, and I believe it says Niger Republic military leaders expel Nigerian ambassador over ECOWAS threat. Woo! That is that is a music to my ear. Excuse me. That is music to my ear. I'm loving it. I am loving this kind of water. We need to go and find Buhari. You know, Buhari said that he's gonna, if they give him trouble in Daura, he's gonna go to Niger, where he's packed all the money from Biafra land. And we need to make sure that he needs to go there and negotiate.
What is the code?
A guy, Akpokala. Was It is what the way it is music to my ear. I'm loving that. I'm enjoying it. I saw it and I had to post it. You guys already know. And all the money, all the Biafran oil, they couldn't build oil in Biafra land, but they can go and build one in Niger. They couldn't build a refinery in Biafra land. They went to Niger to build it. Electricity, Nigeria can't even boast of 3-hour complete electricity, but they can go to Niger and give them power and all of that. Today, they are getting it water. He says that the host is having issues and the space may go down, but we will continue. Let's see if our Bam 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 is available to speak to us, and we must continue. We must continue. I tell you, I just saw that and I am enjoying it. They evicted Nigeria, just like we're gonna be evicting them out of Biafra land in the coming days and weeks to come. They've already started doing it in Niger. They evicted the ambassador to Nigeria. Upon all the bragging, upon everything that these people have done in Niger, they finally are receiving it water. I guess the negotiation, they sent the emir the Emir Sultan of Sokoto to go, and I guess so. Now, Vam
Woto,
Vam Vam, go ahead.
woto, 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 woto. They may receive a woto. I greet you now. This network where they made all good, but I will manage. Make I greet my people. I greet you, my Minister of Information. I greet you, Honorable Minister. If I were, I greet you. The first, I greet you, my brother. I greet you, Dedemugo. Greetings, my brother Simon Eta Onyeka. Woto. Woto is the code. They are panicking. They are panicking. Biafra has come. And there's no way they can stop the manifestation of the sons of God. There's no way. They have become also, Emana also is the bat. Bat doesn't belong to the air, it doesn't belong to the land, it doesn't belong to the sea. The zoo have become also, they don't belong to the air, they don't belong to the land, they don't belong to the sea. They have been rejected everywhere. You know, when the scripture says, touch not my anointed, they did not know that it was Biafra. You know, their pastors have been deceiving them, telling them, Skumi is anointed, Adeboye is anointed. Those ones are criminals. The only people that are anointed are the people of Biafra. From the land of the rising sun, we are the anointed. Go and read that scripture. Is it not Psalm 105? He said, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets. There is X. When you look at that prophet, you will see S on it. S. Prophets. So we are a nation of prophets. That's who we are. A nation of prophets. And the Bible says, he suffered no one to do them harm. No one. If you touch us, you have touched the apple of God's eyes. If that's what Chukwokike have done to them. Very, very soon, Nigeria will be thrown into the space called oblivion. They will be remembered no more. They will be remembered no more. Just like the Holy Scriptures, we will believe in Torah. I believe in Torah so much. When they brought the New Testament to confuse us, because they knew what they wanted to do, to make us believe that if they touch you this place, give them the other place. If they tell you to go 1 mile, go 10 miles. If they offend you, love them. Now lie. If you offend us, we will give it back to you. Woto. If you slap us, we will give you 7 blows and 7 apples. Anything you do, you come, we give it to you back to back. The word we see that you are the one that did us first, and we are hitting you back. We are hitting you back because we have suffered so much, and we have been, in fact, they don't cook us. We have been cooked to endure hardness. And at this time around, we will bring it all. We are ready for you. Evil kingdom that must go down. That is the Electric Republic of Animal Kingdom. I greet you, Muchineke. My name remains Rafael Chamaka Jere, aka Pastor Vam. We move. Airborne.
Thank you, Vam, for that wonderful.
Vam Master. I salute you, Vam. I adọkasị ha adọkasị maka ha amaghọ na ụmụ Chineke ka ha na ha na-eme ka ife. Na onye ọbụla metụ nwa anya Chineke anya ịchọgo Jehova okwu n'onwe ya. And n'ime izu ụka a, n'ime ọnwa anyị nọ n'ime, onye ọbụla ya eketecha ihe. And that is what we are saying. We are not going to back down for anybody. This our freedom is what we need. Our freedom is what we need. Shetima can shout, he can cry as much as he can. We know what happened. Are you getting me? Maka na onye nwata ghọrọ nni. Nwata ghọrọ nni onwude akwụkwọ na ọ na-ebe akwa nwata ghọrọ nni. Eyọta. Ọkwuwe nọ maka na ya bịaghọ n'oge n'ọnya ka eji were ọwụọ maka na ịbịaghọ n'oge ka eji ghọọ ọgụ nni. Nọ na anya bụ nni esighị eti ya afọ eti ha afọ na ya. Eyọta. ndị Igbo si na onye aghọrọ anya ịnya ọ sị na ọ na-esi ahụrụ ahụrụ na ọ dị ka ebe a nyụrụ ahụrụ maka na ekenyeghị ya oke maka na o soro n'oke. Nigeria is not in the share of anything.
Ọ sị na ọ maka na agụrụ ya.
Ọ sị na agụụ ha na ọ bụ na agụụ gụrụ ya na ndị a nyekwere ya mana ya sị na ya ha eri anyị ga-eti mme. Anyị ghọtachara ife niile a na ha daga ada bụ na ha daga ada, and in the later days ka ha ya aghọta ife ha mere onwe ha, they will understand what they have done to themselves. Nigeria will understand. Fulani will regret ever going in alliance with Britain. Fulani will ever live to regret the dream of Usman Dan Fodio and them, the children of this terrorist Usman Dan Fodio, aligning themselves with that dream. They will live to regret it, and this generation of Biafra will make it possible. The rejection have just started. Nothing have started happening. Biafra have not been redeclared, and the rejection have just started taking place. Just wait until after the convention, like our Prime Minister said. If Biafra is declared today, many Western world will start shutting down the embassies of Nigeria. Go and mark it, because Nigeria, they will not be benefiting anything again from Nigeria. Everything that they are benefiting from Nigeria, it have ended now. Onya ka ndị Igbo ji wee sị that na ọ na ị na-agwa nwaanyị di na nọọsụ okwu, ihe na-agwara ya okwu na-atụ egwu ma di ya bịa maka na ị mara ebe di ya nọ. I get me. That is the time the world at large will begin to talk to Nigeria the way they want, because they know that the husband are no more there. The Biafra that have been their backbone all this while is no more there. And just watch it. Even in international functions, because Biafra has been the one in athletes, in everything. Biafra has been the one representing. We have been representing Nigeria in the front line. And we have withdrawn our support. And we have withdrawn our representation. Had they been still when Biafra is still very much in Nigeria, they will not be rejected in BRICS. It's not, they will not, because the light is there. But when you are in light, you need light to see, and darkness is coming. What you will do is to close your door for that darkness not to come in. And that is what they have done. And when the time comes, even in football, national football, they will not be participating anymore. I'm telling you the truth. Because they are not a nation. You will not invite terrorists to come to a stadium that is overpopulated, population of millions of people are in there watching football. If you allow them in, they will come there with a bomb. They will come there with explosive.
They will send Shetima again.
Honestly, I'm telling you. They will say Shetima is their president. Maybe he will be the president then. Maybe he will be the president, because Oduduwa will say, drug lord. If you want to go and join them, you will go to the north and join them. This place is no more Nigeria, because the Biafrans that we've been looking at to see if they will do head like this and join us, they have removed their head. So we are removing our own as well. If you want to be president, you go and join them. They allow them to govern themselves. Shetima will come to the start and say, "Oh, I'm the president. I'm the new president of Nigeria." I'll tell you that Nigeria is not part of this World Cup. This African nation, that the Nigeria is not part of it. So if you want to go and play your own, go to Daura, build a stadium there, or you go to the field, open place. That is where people like you, terrorists, that's where they will be playing their own ball. Perhaps with some rocket launchers and all that. But here are people that are insane. These are Biafrans here and other nations that are like-minded, that wants innovation, that wants progress, that wants development. They are the ones here. We don't need terrorists here. And that time is fast approaching. And when it happens, by God's grace, if God allows us to be here, we will be here, and we will tell you the story of how it all started and how it's going. Thank you so much, Bam Bam Bam, for that wonderful submission of yours. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank
Go
you,
ahead,
Machineke. I just wanted to sing. You know, I always like to sing. Woto woto anye buteki ke. Woto woto itinyi si woto woto apiawa kaso. BIAFRANS Butekike. Yes, I just wanted to sing that. Thank you, thank you. We go to Socrates. Socrates, unmute yourself. Daughter of ancestors, when you're available, just let us know.
Hello, brothers. Good. I'm very glad again to join you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak once again. I've just listened. I think yesterday night I was with you, and then I slept off. I started since morning, and I've been listening, going on and off. So thank you very much. I'm very glad to be part of this very space where we discuss very meaningful things. So to go straight to the matter, I want to talk about Shetima and what he had to say. That's very stupid of him to say that. He's trying to tell us that he went there to watch a football match. The convention wasn't for all comers. We know at the time when the government and the mainstream media said that they had applied to BRICS. At that time, there were 19 countries that applied, and Nigeria was mentioned as one of them. So what's the stupid thing he's saying? We also know that at that time, one of the ministers went to Russia and visited Putin. So what the stupid, we know that what they were doing. And of course, we know the bit about Garumba Shehu and all his movement. So if he comes out to say that he's just trying to clean up the shame on their face, and they must have made a mistake, because at this point in time, formation of such an organization as BRICS will consider so many things. You consider your stability, will consider your history, your antecedents, even in relationship with those countries that are the core members. If you look at Africa, you can imagine why Ethiopia and South Africa and Egypt are taken. It's very simple, but there is no need to dwell on that, because it's a very stupid statement coming from him. We know what Ethiopia, we know the antecedent, we know their history. Even if you want to consider the relationship with Nigeria, I mean, Nigeria and those core countries in the BRICS, Russia, for instance, we know how Russia will help them in the 1967. Now, at the end of that, what happened? Russia was dreaming, of course, having the opportunity to come into the oil and gas industry and thinking Nigeria would go a bit further in tying up the relationship. What did they see? They saw that Nigeria is still a puppet of the Western world. The core enemies that they had is still very much under the pockets of UK and then US and all those countries, France. Who are the people that rule the oil company in Nigeria? The Chevrons of US, the Total of France, and all those things. So there is no way they won't be looking at your antecedent and seeing the stability, even at this particular point. So just to mention a bit, it's just a stupid statement to cover up their shame. Now, I've heard what you also said about the Niger eviction. Now, that might be something tricky for some of us if we understand the shape of Africa. Sometimes some of us overlook the differences. We overlook the faults, like the fault lines along that creation that came out from the Berlin Conference, of course. When you look at the North, I was there for about 2-3 years. And I used to visit them with everything. I went there by trailer, I went there by vehicles, by anything, I can tell you. See, those people are the same with all these Niger and Chad and all those people from Ulela, Shagari village, the Taranamoda. These people are just the same people. There is no way they can allow you to fight a war there. I'm telling you, if the Nigerians ask for recruitment into the army, you will have people from Sokoto State, from all those places, joining them in the military. Theirs is so strong that actually there you have a nation. Indeed, over there, you have a nation that transcends the borders that were created at the Berlin Conference. They are just one people. It's just the confusion of the Berlin Conference that makes it look like we have two different people. They are one. Yes, there was a time when, if you look at their history, the Belgians caused confusion, the French caused confusion, the French also, before the British completely took control. And then, of course, the lines were created. But then, these people are one. And you could have the so-called Nigerians on this side being recruited and in fact volunteering into the army to fight against Nigeria. Now, when you think about that, you can now see that Nigeria actually, this very vague and imaginary country that doesn't exist, will now make more meanings to you to know that there are actually 3 Nigerians in reality, or 3 Nigerias. Nigeria as a country, it has 3 in one. There is one pertaining to those people on that side with their older brothers on the other side. That is in their mind, that is in their nature, and they all know they are one. And that is why when you go into the political arena, they don't want to fight with those people. And you're talking about Buhari saying he has things there. They didn't build those things for some strangers. They build it for their nation. Those things they build is their nation. They are part of it. They import vehicles from there. The vehicles that come from there are more than what comes through the Nigerian walls. This is the truth. I know these things are true. I can tell you. I was in Calabar, for instance. I know these things. Even in the East, we caused some problems for ourselves. Between 1990 and 1992 and 2000 something, I was in Calabar. The Cross River State government went around begging us and begging the Igbo people all around to start importing from there. I held a big office in the wharf. Now, at a time, the Igbos came back and started importing through that axis. These same people, with the connivance of the usual saboteurs we have over there, said we were importing, that the Igbos were importing arms through that place. I'm telling you, 89 containers were seized, and there was so much trouble in Ohafia, and so many people died. So I know these things, I can tell you, as somebody well dug into Nigeria, those people are a nation. So to them, if they are kicking out Nigeria, they are not kicking out the Nigeria that includes those people in the north. What they are kicking out is the British Nigeria, which is this very artificial creation hanging in the air, which nobody belongs to, but is there. That is the countries that the West created for us. Some imaginary creation that gathers the nations of the peoples that are within it, takes away their freedoms, takes away their resources, takes away their rights, and puts it into one political structure that has a set of idiots. You see, that political structure now has a set of idiots with which it runs the thing, and those idiots are supposed to manipulate people with everything, with prayers and with everything they have, so that the people become completely stupid. That's why an impostor could rule them for that number of years without them knowing. So, my brother, that thing you see kicking out in the north is the true nation of the people, which comprises some part of them in Nigeria and the part of them over there, kicking out the British Nigerian, the vague and imaginary creation that is artificial. Now, let me bring it closer to you if you don't understand those people. Look at this western side. You know that the Yoruba nation stretches all the way to Benin Republic and even going towards Togo. The only thing is that the Yorubas have not realized that brotherhood within them. The Yoruba nation will now, will now come and tell you, an Igbo man, we are brothers, we are brothers. And I ask you, okay, me and you, we are brothers. What about you and the one? And then me, we are not brothers with Benin Republic. He said yes. We are not brothers with Togo. He said yes. Okay, and now ask him, how much a brother am I to you, to your brother who is in Benin Republic? And he looks at me, moping at me stupidly, because he is hypnotized with that creation, that he doesn't know his nation. It's not towards me, but he has his brother, Kit and King, the gene, everything to them is the same. So this is the problem. The Africans do not realize it, but over there, they are very conscious of who they are. So they have a nation. They are kicking out the imaginary one because it's not working towards what they know they are. So that they have a Nigeria over there, and that is why they can import those people to come and help them vote in elections here. And then we have a Nigeria, which is this imaginary one, this artificial creation the British are hanging on. And then we have that one that is actually more of a confusion in the minds of the youths, that our youths don't have common sense. I had said that with time, I was going to do maybe a 20 series of stretch from how did government begin to how it now came to the West, and what is the difference between our government and the one of the West, so that people will know that we, BIAFRANS, we the Igbos particularly, I can tell you, we have a government system that is better than the British, better than the French, better than that of the Americans, but has been taken away from us. So I don't really blame that our brother that was suggesting we should preach more. We have to preach more. We have to teach more. But writing letter maybe is the wrong thing he said that. But actually, our people need teaching. They need to understand who they are. These countries that are created are just imaginary creation. They are artificial. They don't exist. So my brothers, I wish to drop there while we listen to other people. Thank you. But I just made those two submissions about the BRICS and the Shetima and about the kicking out in the north. And of course, the true definition of what these countries are, they are imaginary, artificial creations that gather the freedoms, the rights, and the resources of people into a political structure that is using a select group of very stupid and senseless marauding animals whose main aim is to make themselves rich, using everything that belongs to everybody to impoverish and to make the people stupid. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Socrates, for that wonderful submission.
Awesome. This Socrates, you're awesome. Thank you so much for that submission. You're great. Thank you.
Thank you, brothers.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, as far as Biafrans are concerned, anything that shakens, destroys the foundation of the current system that we have in that zoological republic of animal kingdom, aka Nigeria, aka the British slaughter camp, anything that shakes the foundation, we will support it and we will actually participate on it, because that also leads us to Biafra. The fastest way to Biafra is what we are heading, and that is what we are using, and we don't care. Your enemies don't have to be our enemies, and your friends don't have to be our friends. We have one interest, and that is Biafra. Biafra first, and short and simple. So thank you, Socrates, for that explanation, and we must continue. You know, I was looking, before we go to the next, I was looking at the population that made up made up Niger, and you're right. You know, it's the same high. I believe the highest population is Hausa, which is, I think, 30-something%. I'm not sure. And then you have Fulani, that's like about 6% of that, and other tribes. So they are practically the same people, and that is why that also backs up what you just said. And but like I said, anything that shakes the foundation of that zoo, we will support it. We will add more fire. We will add more fuel to make sure that this fire never stop burning. Because, like I said, the fastest way to Biafra is what we are headed. The fastest way to freedom. Because one thing what we need more than anybody else is freedom, to free our people from this bondage that the British has put Biafrans into. We must continue. Nonso, unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you very much. I've been waiting patiently to have this mic. First of all, I want to greet my host, my honorable information minister, Barawa Sonny. Ifeanyi, my co-host, you are the one who was supposed to host. I don't know what happened, but anyway, we are here and we must continue. I greet you, Ifeanyi Wara. I greet you, Mazi Ugo 247. Mazi Vam Vam Vam, I greet you. I greet everyone in the house. Our brother who just spoke last, you spoke very well, and it's noted. Thank you very much. And you see, for that terrorist called Shetima, he's just gallivanting like an antelope, you know? That's how they gallivant. So one thing I want him to know is that one day he will pick up that paper, that useless, worthless sheet of paper that they called their passports, and he will wake up one morning and he will want to go to any country, and they will tell him that this is not allowed, that this paper that he's holding is worthless. That's number one message for him. Number two, no matter their propaganda and all the lies and everything that they are putting together, thinking that we are going to back up now, they have already failed. So I just only want them to know that they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing more, nothing less. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And in fact, we are not even longer waiting for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they like, let them release him. If they don't like, let them not release him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released, and Nigeria must be destroyed. Now, come to add to what you just said, the first. You were saying something about the population in Niger. Now, my mind just flashed back to something to say, okay, since this terrorist colonial masters has been killing everybody in the northern part of the Nigeria, which they formed, I think that because the Hausa people, maybe then they think that maybe Niger will be safer for them. Maybe instead of them to be the real Hausa people, instead of them to be dying, and no government, nobody to speak for, let me just put it that way. They all flew to Niger to sojourn there, just like the way every one of us are sojourning almost all over the world today. So you see, what God said is what is going to happen. Now they have packed and they have stored a lot, and they have putting on their mind in Niger, because they have imposed all their Fulani terrorists there as their government, just for them to carry out their mission to succeed, to see how they will be able to succeed to suppress whatever that we are doing. Now today, the reverse has been the case. Today, see, look at what God has done. God has changed everything to make sure for them to realize that everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said has come to pass. But still, I know that they will not hear. Let them continue. My important question that I wanted to ask is that, please, my ministers and Abarawa Sonny 247, these questions should go to you. Definitely, if possible, I will be able to contact Pastor Van Van Van. I'm really seriously concerned about our upcoming convention that is coming up very soon. So I really want to participate on that, and I really need a rightful information, details, for me to be able to get my ticket and get myself prepared for that convention. Please, my ministers, my information ministers, please, if there's any way you can just clarify me on that, or one way or the other, or maybe if I can email or chat privately, I'll be able to get more information on that. I will really appreciate that, please. And my place of residence right now is in Portugal. So because here in Portugal, there is I've never come in contact with anyone. I've never come in contact with anyone, like I'm just here, doing my own things. So even if it is possible for me to come down to Italy to move from there, I don't know, but just want to get more information about this.
You have already,
go ahead, sir. Please, I'm hearing.
You have already given yourself a very easy answer. You live in Portugal. You have residence in Portugal. You don't need visa to go to Finland. Do you know that?
I know exactly, sir. Yes.
Good. So what you will do is go on either the Prime Minister's Twitter page. I think it is pinned. It is still pinned there. The link is still pinned there. Go there and use that link to get yourself accredited and get your tickets. The regular tickets, there's a regular ticket for $150, and there's a VIP ticket for $250. So I've already gotten my own ticket. So what you do, when you follow that link, you will pay your ticket. If you get to the point, where you need to contact your what do you call it?
European, your coordinator, something like that. Yeah.
Coordinator.
Yes.
Then you contact me. I'm going to send you the number of your coordinator that will give you the.
Thank you, sir.
Pass. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fine Wara. Thank you. I drop my mic for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for answering that one. Thank you. And I think before, as the day approaches, we're probably going to have a space simply and strictly on that on the registration and everything about
Yeah.
the
The first,
convention.
it is very
Yes.
important we do a show on that today, if possible, because the inauguration in Baltimore is also coming up on the 15th. That one is, it precedes the convention, so we need to lay a lot of emphasis on that inauguration, because you know that inauguration is a slap on the face of everybody that have been, you know, playing or been joking with what we are doing. Is a slap on their face to let them know that we are not joking, we are serious. When they were making caricature of our Baltimore office, now there is evidence, now there is inauguration, every one of them have gone underground. So we need to open the space for people to know that the inauguration will be taking place on the 15th in Baltimore, please, my baby, in Baltimore. And then we are also going to intensify the preaching and the awareness for the convention also in Finland. Thank you. The first, please, it's important we do that space. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Definitely, we're gonna do that. I believe it's gonna be this. It's gonna be like a whole week worth of program that we're gonna be doing, and I think next week, and we're gonna do that because I know today is fundraising, and I know this space will not be on for much longer, and then after fundraising, we'll see. But yes, I think next week should be like all about the opening for the headquarters in Maryland. And then as we are discussing that, we'll be also discussing with about the convention. Thank you for that. I think so. Ifani, I believe University is also here. Our Warrior Queen is here. Nonso is here. Mouthpiece is here. Mouthpiece, you're welcome. Warrior Queen, much love. University, oh, much love. So you guys are hearing,
Please,
and our own Ifani.
the first,
Yes.
our chief of staff is in the house. I don't know if you are aware. Please, if you could pass the microphone to her. Ngozi Oraboeze is in the house.
Yes,
Please.
Dr. Ngozi. I just sent her the mic. Our own chief of staff, you have the mic. Please come up and say hi to BIAFRANS. You know we love your voice. Thank you. We must continue while we wait for our own chief of staff of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. We go to Ezioku Bondo. Ezioku Bondo, go ahead while we wait, and then.
Yes, good afternoon, every one of you in the space. This is Ezioku Bondo. I want to thank our host, that is Mazi Akbarawa, and at the same time, I also want to thank our co-host, Ifai Nwora, and also the first, and Raphael Chiamaka Ajere. God bless you, and God bless every one of us, and also our dear Lord sister, our dear sister Ngozi Oraboeze, who is one of the major players in this space. I want to thank also Mazi Ugo and Warrior, every one of you in this space. God bless you all, and I also appreciate what people are doing, and I felt it is very good I should come also and then make my own speech. So what I want to say here is I want to remind even our listeners and also the so-called 9Geria, as they call themselves. I also want to remind them that in the book of Genesis chapter 6, they should listen and listen very well. When the Lord was about to destroy that particular generation, there was a man who came out to announce it, a man that called Noah. And he came out to announce it, and most of them were making jest of it. And at the end of the day, what God told Noah and what Noah announced to that generation finally come to pass. And every other people who do not accept on that particular message, all were destroyed by the flood. And again, we also heard another one in the book of Genesis chapter 18, you know, the man called Abraham, when he spoke to he told the Lord when he was trying to make many suggestions and said, "Oh Lord, you said you want to go and destroy Sodom. What about we have 50% of righteous people there? Are you still going to destroy it?" And the Lord said, "There is nothing like that. There is nothing. They don't have anything 50 righteous people. What about 20? He said, "No, there is not about 20. Even 10, there is none. Including 5, there is none." And then what the Lord said at the end of the day, finally, because of the evil that these people were committing, for the first in the Noah, during the Noah time, it was also the evil, the wickedness also that prompted God to destroy that particular generation. And a man came out and told them, and they still go ahead and be following those fellows who were doing evil until when Noah entered the ark, and the ark was closed, and those who were outside were all destroyed by the flood. And during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, the same thing happened. It was the wickedness of mankind became so unbearable, and the Lord decided that Sodom must go down. And when they were saying it, and they were not taking it serious, until Sodom was destroyed, it was only Lot and few persons from his house were saved. Even his wife was not even saved, because the wife, do other way around, and then she was completely, like a pillar of salt, and that salt which nobody eats today. Now, today, in our own time, a prophet called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come, and to tell this so-called Nigeria, telling them that Nigeria is going to be destroyed, and they think it's a joke, and they were taking it as a joke, and they think they even do more worse than what Sodom did. They even do more worse than what the newer generation those times did when they heard the message. The worst they did is by taking the prophet and lock him up. They locked him up, not that they locked him justly, but unjustly, and they locked him up. And they think that the doom that is coming to them will spare any ant. All ant is going to be destroyed. If they like it, let them release it. If you don't like it, then they will be destroyed. But one thing is very sure, is that the people of God must emerge. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Wachineke, for that wonderful submission. We go to our defense, not defense, Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Oragweze. You have the mic.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for the organizers of this space. Can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Again, my name is Dr. Ngozi Oragweze. I'm very, very happy to be with you here on this space. And I'm very, very happy with what you're talking about, what you're discussing, the enlightenment you are bringing to the world on the need for Biafra to exit from Nigeria ASAP. This need is non-negotiable. There's no time to negotiate for this move any longer, because Biafrans have cried over the years for the opportunity to negotiate, for the opportunity for us to be alive in our own country, for the opportunity for us to live in our own land, for the opportunity for our mothers, our sisters, our fathers to go to the farm safely, for our young girls to go to the farm safely and not be confronted and raped and killed, for our young men and young women to move around in their own land without being questioned, without being stopped by the military and the police. And once they say anything about Biafra, they hound them up, throw them inside the van, and take them away. Most of them died for nothing. A lot of Biafrans are lavishing in different jails across the country today, just for nothing, just for saying they want to live in a safe land where they don't mix up with rehabilitated and reintegrated terrorists. That is their crime, nothing else. They did not steal anybody's product. They did not invade another man's land. They did not go to anybody's state to take over their states. No. They were not in people's farms, killing and destroying their farmlands. No, they don't do that. All they wanted is to live in their own geographical area and just be safe and live the life they want to live. That is the only crime they commit. And the Nigerian government refuses for them to live that life. They confront them, they hound them up, they arrest them, they take them away to different jails, some in the north, some in the south, some in the southwest. We cannot account for our men, our women, our young boys and our young girls lavishing in different jails across the country just for saying they want Biafra. They just want to be free. They want to live in a free environment. That is all the crime they committed. And while the Nigerian government keep hounding them up, keep arresting them, keep killing them, they continue to spread false information to the world that Biafrans are terrorists, that these people are separatists. These people, they label us all manner of lies against our innocent citizens. And that time is no longer here. We cannot fold our hands and just watch while these criminals label us as terrorists, as criminals across the country, across the world. Thank God, the whole world have now realized the lies of the Nigerian government by labeling Biafrans as terrorists. The whole world knows what is going on right now. When United States ordered their citizens, their professionals, their embassies to leave Abuja a couple of months back, they've seen what Biafrans have seen, that Nigeria is no longer a safe place for their embassy staff to live in. That is why US ordered them to leave Abuja. The world knows what is going on in Nigeria. And we, the autopiloters, the Biafrans, it is our duty. And we've been doing that to let the world know that all these lies, Nigerian government, through their information minister, Lai Mohammed, all these lies they've spread over the years, including Nigerian media, all the lies they've spread across the world about Biafrans, those lies have been exposed at this time. And now they are in knowledge of what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria tried to be part of the BRICS. They refused them. They accepted Egypt and I think Ethiopia, one other country. And they denied Nigeria. We did it. What you are doing on this space, what Simon Ekpa, what Nnamdi Kanu, even though he's incarcerated, the situation is what has made the world to realize that what our PM Simon Ekpa is telling the world and what all the Biafrans, including you and I, is telling the world is a fact, not the lies being exposed by Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians, and their military and their police. Now, we are going to continue to do that. It is our duty. Biafra exit is non-negotiable. Because people cannot come to our environment. They cannot come to our geographical position. They cannot come to our land. Take away our resources. Partner with all these European countries that exploit our mineral resources and continue to suppress us and continue to keep us in poverty and continue to make us have no health care, no standard health care in those areas where these mineral resources are being mined every day. No strong education. Our kids are on strike almost half of the year. They are at home. In the northern part of the country, most of the kids cannot go to school because of the menace of the terrorists that are rehabilitated and reintegrated by the Nigerian government. This policy is a factual policy that the Nigerian legislators have allowed to exist. How can a sane government rehabilitate and reintegrate non-terrorists into their army, police, and military? And these same terrorists they rehabilitate, they send most of them down to the southeast, southwest, middle belt part of Nigeria with instruction to kill and maim anybody that talks about Biafra. How are we going to continue to allow things like that to happen? And they arm them. They arm them. They rehabilitate them. They pay them. They give them homes. Now, just a few weeks ago, one of the governors in the northern part was negotiating with Boko Haram. And after negotiating with them, they will pay them, they will give them arms, they will recruit them into the Nigerian military, then they send them to South South to come and kill us. How long are we going to allow this to happen? This has to stop. This must stop. We cannot continue to fold our hands while these terrorists come to our own land and kill us. And that is why we request we must exit Biafra. We must exit Nigeria, sorry, because we've had enough. So I thank you all. There's so much that is going on, and I believe the world has come to realize that all these lies being spread by the Nigerian government against Biafra, it has been exposed. Now they have no place to hide. Because self-agitation, agitating for one's freedom, it is legal. There is nothing illegal we are doing. It is legal. In Europe, some of them, they wanted to exit. There was Brexit. They didn't label those people that wanted Brexit. They didn't label them criminals. They did not label them terrorists. No. But in Africa, they labeled them terrorists. They labeled Biafrans anything they want. They label IPOB. Oh, they are these separatists, terrorists, killing this. No. That's how they roll. But in Europe, when European, any community, some communities are less than 2 million. When they want to be their own country, they see them as patriots. They praise them. They honor them. They respect them. But when it comes to Africa, they want the head of our PM Simon, but they want the head of Nnamdi Kanu. And these people are doing the same thing that in Europe they call them patriots. How long are we going to continue to allow them to manipulate us? So the time is up. We are going to fight with everything in our heart. We are going to equip our soldiers on ground. We are going to confront them head to head, any way they bring it, because we cannot fold our hands and allow these terrorists whom they rehabilitate and reintegrate to come over and kill us while we fold our hands and we watch. No more. That will never happen anymore. And we will continue to seek for resources, seek for funds, seek for arms to continue to protect our men, our women, our children in Biafra territory. We must exit Nigeria. There is no two ways about it. It is our right. It is our land. It is our resources. We are going to build our resources to use it to better the lives of our people. That's all we are asking for. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing illegal in that. So I thank everybody. Our convention, Biafra convention, is coming up in Finland. We continue to post the information on Twitter for people to see. Those that have problems, there are 2 telephone numbers there. Please reach out and call those 2 telephone numbers. They're going to help you. They're going to direct you. If you have any question about your visit to Finland, our Maryland headquarters is going to open this in September. We encourage those available that should be there to be able to make that visit. Very, very important. So on that note, again, I want to thank you all. We must continue to do what we're doing. We can never back down because these people know what they're doing. They've been doing this for the past 50, 100 years. They've been using the divide and conquer game to conquer those that do not agree to what they're. Why they keep on milking our resources, sending it abroad and using it to better their own families, their own lives, without caring about the citizens that own those resources. That must stop, and it has stopped. We are ready to confront them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mada, our own defense minister, our own our
Chief
own
of
minister,
Staff.
Chief of Staff. I salute you so much for coming. There's something that you said I want to rephrase on. Nigeria before now, we are just there like people that have been duped. You know, if you meet all these internet fraudsters or these 419ers, the first thing that they will establish is any business that we have with you, do not disclose it to any other person. If you disclose it with someone else, that person will hijack the business, and all this money that should be yours will not be yours anymore. And this is what they use to defraud Africa. Once you are a leader in Africa, they will call you and say, look at the money that is coming from your land. If you will align with us, we will help you to make sure that you are eating direct from the proceed that is coming from this from the minerals that is coming from your land. And they will tell you that do not disclose it. If you disclose it to other people, your citizens will know what they're not supposed to know, and everything will cast. You will not be benefiting again. Nobody will be benefiting again. But he will not let you know that he will be the main beneficiary, main benefactor of that particular fraud that he is engineering you to condone. That is what Africans have suffered for all these years. We have suffered as people under Barosafia. If you go to the market, more especially Biafra market, there are people that don't have shop, but sometimes they make more profit than those that have shop. And if you don't know what is happening on ground, if you're not conversant with the system in the market, you end up using the money you're supposed to use and buy the whole thing that you wanted to buy in the market. You end up buying only one item. That is what they have done to Africa and Biafra all these years. The former Nnamdi Kanu woke us up from our sleep and our slumber. And our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, maintained that tempo that will not go back to our slumber, that will not go back to sleep, that we have to maintain the fire and make it burning till the restoration. So thank you so much, our owner, Mada, for that wonderful submission. It is an honor to have you here with us. Thank you so much. And the first
Thank you.
who, thank you, you're welcome, ma. Okay, my piece is here, my piece. My piece, I think you should have the mic. And the Warrior Queen is here. Warrior Queen, you're welcome. My piece, you have the mic.
Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters here. I thank you, our Minister for Information, our wonderful Minister also here, Rafa Jerry, our own Chief of Staff, our Amazon, Dr. Ngozi. I thank you. And I thank our own 247 Minister Ugo and every other person, please. I welcome you and I greet you, please. If I didn't call your name, just don't say that I've forgotten you. We have our sister here, Naomi Litvin, who is a wonderful sister to us, who loves Biafra so dearly. And I welcome you, each and every one of you here. Thank you for having me. I will say to you that if anyone is thinking again, if Biafra is here, then I don't have anything to say to the person anymore. Because if you don't know that Biafra is here, then you must be sleeping. Now, I don't really have much to say because we've said it several times. You guys have been doing wonderfully well on space. And giving the awareness, everything about Biafra, it's all over the world. Anyone who said they haven't heard of Biafra, then the person must be sleeping. So, and it is because of all our government in exiles being supportive, very supportive to our wonderful Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, through the glory of our own leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You guys are doing Biafra proud, and I thank you. I am busy, but I said I want to come in and say thank you and greet every one of you. Thank you. God bless us all. He say,
Thank you. Thank you, our own mouthpiece of the gods. Thank you, Ise, and our own chief of staff. Thank you for coming and joining us here today.
sorry,
We appreciate it.
sorry, the first, please. Is there any way we can give Naomi Litvin the mic just for her to say hello to Biafrans? She loves us so much, so much.
I'm actually looking for Ifeanyi. If you can see her on your side, can you send her the mic?
Yeah, I'm looking for her. Yes, I've seen her. Naomi, I'm
send her the
sending you
mic.
the mic. I'm sending you the mic. Oh, Naomi, you're welcome.
All right, while we are waiting for our own lovely Naomi, we go to Warrior Queen, the one and only Warrior Queen. Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. May God bless you all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are listening from. Please, Naomi, pick the mic, because since the mention is here, this is my new account, so I've been looking for her to follow. I didn't see her. Please pick up the mic so I can follow you. I was following you with my account that they block, so they go block. They go tire, and we must deliver. So I thank you. First of all, I want to send my greeting to our able Prime Minister, our hero, the one that God speak through him, and our prophet Nnamdi Kanu. I will not call him Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. I have never called him that name. I always call him our leader, Prophet Nnamdi Kanu, because he's the prophet that's come in my time. The only true prophet that I have grown up, that I have seen, I have listened to his voice. That is the only prophet that speak. Everything is talk about, everything he has spoken, everything has come to pass. Even the Biafra liberation, the Biafra restoration, it has come to pass. It's just that some people are still living in an illusion that Nigeria is a country. Like our brother just said before, that our brother Crow said, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry for that. He said Sokoto is under they are the same family, they are the same people with Niger Republic. We all know that. If you have been listening to Malema, you will know that Malema have been saying that we don't need visa to go to each other country in Africa. We are one people. It's those Caucasians, those swine, those people that came, those our colonial criminals, they are the ones that put this political boundaries. They separated the Yoruba from their own people. Yorubas were with the other people. They from is it Benin? Yes.
Yeah, Benin, all the way to Togo.
All the way to Togo, they speak Yoruba. Those people were one country. They were one kingdom. And Biafra with Amazonia, and we were one people. And they did this. They planned together to share us because of the resources. Because they know that if Biafra they allow Biafra to be on their own, as with Amazonia to be one country, they know that they will not have any way. They will not have their way. They know what they were doing. They take a little some from Niger. They take Yoruba away from Benin and Togo. They come out, they force them and add, because of they did that just because of Biafra. They didn't want Biafra to be on their own. They know that if Biafra are on their own, they cannot have the resources 100% to themselves the way they have had it till now. That is the reason they took a little bit Yoruba from Benin Republic. They take Hausa from Niger Republic and some other place and force them on us, so that they will choose them. They know that if Hausa were not taken from there, Fulani will not have their way. They will never have their way to Biafra land. Never. We could have drove them away the way Ghana did to them. They know that it is only when they cut Hausa and add them to us, that is the only way. France and Britain, they know what they were doing. They make a meeting. They organize everything. Because Amazonia were part of Biafra. They cut it and sold them away to the Hausa part of Cameroon. That is what they did. But thank God, everything is over. When we were sleeping,
Somebody made this statement one day. I think it was Ifeanyi. He said, if they couldn't defeat us when we were still sleeping, not to talk of now that we have awoken, our prophets have done the most greatest job. To liberate people physically is more easy than to liberate them, their mind. That was what our prophet was doing for all those years. He was liberating our mind. Even me that was not following him, I didn't even know anything about him. But me taking some of his broadcasts, listening to it, when I'm at work, I started listening to him. Just January, I started listening to his broadcast little by little. I stopped going to church. I got my deliverance. Listening to the broadcast of our prophet in Abdikanu. I got my deliverance. I was delivered. I know it sounds funny. I must take it off my chest.
I know you have to take it off your chest.
I
I'm
need to
just
take
saying,
it off my chest.
praise Elohim, praise Elohim. You have been delivered.
I have been delivered. Yes, I have been delivered. When I hear that voice about the genocide they commit against us, even my daughter started making research for Mama. My daughter, she's not 100% Biafra, but when I was listening to the broadcast, she saw that she know that I was so eager to know what really happened. She was the one that was making research to know the genocide they commit against us. When I saw it, my spirit awoke. I said, no. That is when I made the call I make, and I started looking for Biafra. I had to join Biafra, and since then, my life never remained the same. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad to make that move. I am so glad. And since I have made that move, a lot of Edo people have started following me. I know the progress I have made. So I just want to thank our Prime Minister and our leader. And another thing I want to say, I want to leave just a message for the coastal region, to the Edo people, to the obedient people. I will not call you obedient, no, because you people are not obedient. It's only Obi that is obedient. You that are following, because you people were deceived. I will still call you obedient people. If you are still thinking that Nigeria, because Nigeria is not existing, it's an illusion. It's not a country created by God. Those your pastors, those your ritualist pastors that have been telling you to pray for Nigeria, they have been lying to you. They have been deceiving you. Because Nigeria is not a country to pray. That is why God, can't you imagine why God have not been answering your prayers? Because you abandoned the true living God. You abandoned God and started praying for the ancestors of others. You are praying for something that doesn't exist. How will God answer a prayer and make a Nigeria that doesn't exist, a country that God didn't create? God created Biafra. Biafra has been existing before the Britain invaded us. How will you pray for a country that God didn't create, that God should make that country better? God will just be there laughing at you. God will just be there looking at you, say, oh, if I wish my children could repent and know what they are talking about. I've given them a country, the country I created for them. Somebody came, a human being. It's devil created Nigeria. Queen Elizabeth was a devil in Canaan, was a devil. Somebody that starved 3 million children to death is a devil himself. Sorry, you people can call down so that I will remain inside the car. I will join you people later. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yes, if you...
Now, let me just round up. I was talking to my daughter. Sorry, I didn't move myself. So how will you pray for a country, a company that was created by devil? Somebody that starved more than 3 million children to death. Can you just imagine if you are a mother here? Just if you have a little child, carry your child in your hand and look at that child. Imagine those children that was starved to death in the genocide that Queen Elizabeth and her sister Princess Victoria they come out that died of starvation. Did you need anybody to tell you that that person is a devil himself? And you are praying, devil? How will God answer that kind of prayer for God's sake? How will God answer that kind of prayer and make Nigeria a better place? Because Nigeria was never created by God. Biafra was a country, a kingdom created by God. That is why he has been looking for people. That is why he has been empowering people to free his people from this slavery. Thank God he found someone. Prophet Nnamdi Kanu answered that prayer, answered the voice of God, and God was speaking through him. I'm still telling you, whatever our Prime Minister say and whatever Prophet Nnamdi Kanu say, you should please listen to them. Listen to them. Any order come from our Prime Minister. It's not from him. It's from God. It's from Chukwu Okike. God is speaking through him. That is, I don't know why some people don't understand it. That it's not our Prime Minister that is speaking. It is God that is speaking through him. That is why we should follow him, obey him. Everything he says, there is no time to even think it twice. No. If he says anything he says, when your eye closed, just close your eye, give your hand to him, and follow and let him direct you. He will never direct you astray. He is taking us. He has given us our country back, our republic, our kingdom, the kingdom that God created, the kingdom of God on earth, the heaven that is in the Bible, that heaven on earth. That is what Biafra represents. Biafra is going to restore peace to the world. The peace the whole world have been looking for. The peace that they have never seen. Once Biafra kingdom come, you will see heaven on earth. Peace will start reigning on earth again. Biafra is that kingdom. You don't need to die to go to heaven. You don't need to die. That was a deceit. You never need to die to go to heaven. God will not create you and give you all that resources. He can never create you. Our God is not stupid. How will God create you and give you a lot of resources? He give you a land filled with milk and honey, and he will tell you that you need to die in poverty. That was a lie. That was a trick, a lie that was given to us by the British. That is why we don't need to die to go to heaven. Heaven is here on earth. It's Biafra land. That is the heaven on earth. When Biafra come, we are going to start hearing the sound of heaven. The sound of because Jesus has not come the second time, because that is our own Jesus, not the one their ancestors brought to us. He has not come because the heaven on earth has not come. The last miracle that God will perform on earth has not taken place. That is the restoration of Biafra. Once the restoration of Biafra come, the last miracle, that will be the last miracle on earth, because there will be no need for you to pray for miracle again, because things will be functioning. As our Prime Minister said yesterday, he said we are going to adopt. Apart from we are not going to adopt all those, he know what he was talking about, because God did not just give us ordinary resources. He created us and give us human resources. He gave us mostly the eastern part, the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. They were the one that God created and put that intelligence on them. Don't think that when Biafra come, we are going to import. No foreign car will enter that land. A vehicle is already there for us. We are going to be using our own car. We are going to, those cars that you are seeing is going to be nothing compared to the car that is going to be producing in Biafra land. So my brothers and sisters, let us prepare ourselves for this convention, and prepare your mind for the referendum that is coming after the convention, so that you will go and register. Going to this convention is like you writing your name in the book of life. It's like you writing your name in the book of life. Please, if you are in Europe, whatever it will take you to be in that convention, go and do it. Go and write your name in the book of life, so that you will be the part of those. Well, even though after the convention, I will just tell you my mind. Even though the convention come today, the next thing, God will call me and say, my daughter, it's your time to come and meet me here. I have already written my name in the book of life. I will be the happiest person in my grave, because I know I was part of that convention. My name will be there, that I was part of that convention. I was there. So that is the book of life. Go and write your name in the book of life by coming to this convention. Thank you very much. That is, I will leave my mic
Thank
for now.
you.
God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. If you are looking for the devil, he's nowhere. He's in UK. That is where the devil lives. That is the house of the devil. And so the one that they're telling you, that's a lie. It does not exist. It is UK. The UK government, the British government, the entire people of UK, they are the devil and they all look like the devil. And we make no apologies for that. We must continue. We love you, our own warrior queen. Agujebe, go ahead. And then we have Ronnie. University, University is here. Agujebe, go ahead. And then
Yeah, thank you, the first. Thank you for giving me this privilege. My greetings to each and every one of us. Our government, all officials. My greetings from my location. May your days be long. And like our topic today is quite obvious that Nigerian terrorist government, they have gone to disgrace themselves. They have proven what they are. Tell me, if they still have thinking faculty, if they still think critically, how on earth should they go and want to identify themselves in the Committee of Nations that are progressive, in a Committee of Nations that cares or valued the interests of their people?
and
Why?
they sent Shetima. They sent a terrorist.
And having said that, the worst aspect of it is the person that they sent to go and represent so-called Nigeria, because that's have proven that Nigeria is a terrorist enabler. Because the same Shetima is the sponsor of terrorism, is the chairman, president, everything, financer of the terrorist group. They are doing that just to cage the indigenous people. And the world have known that. The former president, late Muhammad Buhari, died. They secretly buried him in Saudi Arabia. The world knows about that. So how on earth would these people think that the world will still have regard to them? How on earth should the world still have regard on them? Those that cannot allow their refinery to function. All the refinery they got, none of them are functioning. They are doing that deliberately, just to impoverish the indigenous people. Because when they put the indigenous people in work, the people will think critically, the people will have means of income, the people will have means of analyzing things and thinking why to resolve issues. But when people are poor, when they impose their poverty on people, that will affect the mental upliftment of people. By so doing, they are creating more poverty, creating more ignorance, creating anything abnormal in human figure. So that is exactly what they are doing. But they have fared woefully. Biafra have risen, and Biafra have known all this even before they start planning it. Because we have started lamenting since, and the world thought that we are not seeing what was going on. But for the fact that the United Kingdom, they have bite more than they can chew. That is why the world have turned their back against them, because they are the architect of all the evil going on in so-called Nigerian terrorist government, because they are their sponsors. They collaborated with them because of the economic interests which they are trying to protect it, and which they have been harnessing since ever they created this contraction called Nigeria. So thank you, my brothers. Our people, this awareness must keep going on. Because while we are doing it, we are transforming the mental upliftment of our people to begin to reason very well, to begin to reason properly, to begin to think and know there's no other way apart from exiting Nigeria. By so doing, the future of our children and their children and their children and the next 10 generation coming will be fortified, and they will be happy that we, their parents, we fought gallantly to secure their future. That is exactly what we are doing. And we keep on doing that until the day we will announce our sovereignty, free independence that will make us equal to among all the human beings. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, freedom fighters. Thank you for giving me this. May your days be long. I hit my mic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mwachineke. As we continue, I just want to read this because meet yourself. I could meet yourself. I just want to read the article on the Jumbotron just to remind the people who Yerima Shetima is and his fellow brother. They said bandits, and this came out, this is from Zugota Media, bandits, just replace that bandit with Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS. These are the brothers of Shetima. These are the people he employs. Reportedly invades Zamfara village, abduct women. They really love women. They love women. Abduct women, children, killings, injuring scores. This is how they report the rubbish that they always report. They don't want to tell you the numbers, but I tell you the numbers could go from anywhere from 1,000 to possibly 2,000. Overnight, they killed, maimed, raped women and children, killed as many as possible. And these are the people that employed, these are the people that voted for Yerima, supposedly voted for him, and these are his brothers, the same people that he supports. That is why I keep asking the question, who allowed Shetima to come to BRICS conference? Because that in itself is a crime against humanity. Shetima is a security threat. He's a terrorist. He doesn't know anything about economy. So what did he go to BRICS to do other than to bomb the place, either abduct their women? If there's available cow, he will kidnap that one and rape it later. If there's chicken, he will kidnap the chicken and rape that one too. And that's a question we have to ask. And I'm asking this question as a concerned citizen, because I have to ask, what did Shetima go to do? Because he just told us that he was never invited. Based on the word that he said, Shetima said he was never invited to that conference, and we're going to take him on his words, right? So what did he go there to do? A terrorist. What does a terrorist have to do with the economy? These people kills anything that have, and they rape anything that has 2 legs or 4 legs or 5 or 6. Anything with legs, Shetima will rape it, and this is what they do. This is what they do best. So I'm glad that after the conference we didn't hear that anybody was kidnapped. And we just want to say this as a concerned citizen, as somebody who is under the Prime Minister, the ambassador of peace, because we love peace, not the kind of peace that UK and America and all the rest of the European countries are promising Africa. No, we love peace, and we don't like to see anybody, get raped by Shetima, the vice president of Nigeria, supposedly. So we are just making this announcement. So if you attended that conference and your daughter was crying, maybe she's 4 years old, 2 years old, and you don't know why she's crying, maybe somewhere in between, she came in contact with Shetima, and the rest is history. You may probably need to take your daughter to the hospital, because one thing Shetima loves is little children. He's a pedophile. He rapes anything. He kidnaps anything. If he doesn't rape you, he will kidnap you for ransom. Him and his men, they will kidnap you for ransom. They will rape you. If that doesn't work, he's going to bomb the place. And we know that he loves suicide so much. And anywhere he goes, he wears suicide vests and we are glad that he didn't kill the president of Russia or the Chinese president, because this is what Shetima does. This is what he encourages. These are the people that he finances. And when you see Boko Haram, you ask for their commander is Shetima. So I will continue to ask the question, what did Shetima go to do to the BRICS conference? Because he told us that he was never invited. So when a terrorist goes to a place that he was not invited, what did he go there to do other than to bomb the place? I'm just saying, and we are just warning the rest of the world. Shetima should be caged in Nigeria, should never be allowed to go to any other place, so that he can continue killing the indigenous people of Nigeria, and not also go to another country and start killing their citizens. This is all I have to say. And we must go to our own university, the University of Biafra, and then Ronnie, University, unmute yourself. You have the mic. Unless if university is receiving advice.
Professor, I don't receive advice, you know it. I already have I have everything I need with me. I don't need to receive advice from anywhere, because we are here to do a very perfect job. We are not here to receive advice left, right, and center before we get ourselves confused. We can never get advice from mad people, and we can never get advice from people who got their own advice from mad people. That is impossible. It is absolutely impossible. What we are here to do is very delicate, and is very, very important to us. So we get advice from Chukwuokike Abiama, Elohim. We get advice from Yahweh. Our advice and whatever we have is imbued in us, and that's why we're able to do what we're doing. I'd like to thank you so very much, Professor. And then, of course, if I were my Honorable Prime Minister, Sonia Akbarawa, the Minister for Information, I truly salute, give you for the kind person when you be. May Chukwuokike Abiama continue to bless you. Very gallant, very smart, very clever minister. And of course, the secretary to our minister, Pastor Rafael Ajari, my brother. I truly salute from here. And of course, my leader, the Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orobeze. Ngozi Orobeze, thank you for being with us this very evening from my location. I appreciate your coming, and I appreciate your wonderful submission. And of course, everybody, Agu Jegbe, my brother from the same mother, I thank you so much. Professor, the situation is getting worse in the zoo, in terms of the kidnapping. Of course, the terrorists have intensified their
And you remember that yesterday we were asking who invited him. He just told us today that they were never invited, and now we have to ask the world.
That is a failed assassination.
Yes.
That's a failed
A
assassination.
failed. What did a terrorist go to a conference where you have the likes of Vladimir Putin, you have the president of China, you have the Iranian president, the Brazilian president, the South African president, and all the heads of state, and you allow the terrorist to come and do what? He was never invited, and he said it. So it's a question we have to ask. We are asking, what did Shetima, the founder and the chairman of Boko Haram, go to do in South Africa?
It's
Go
insane.
ahead.
It's insane. It's insane, Professor. How can in your country kidnapping is going on every single day? It happens now every day since last week, and early this week it was horrible, and now it is now happening every day. And you disregard this carnage, and you want to go and join people who are prepared for the future. People who the people you are fighting, somebody that is fighting for France, that is not fighting for the interests of Africa, is fighting for the interests of French government to continue to milk his people and continue to impoverish people. Those are the people he's fighting for. And then you now come, people who have declared war against Russia, against Vladimir Putin. They have called the Ukraine war every names. They have called it Putin war. They have said that Putin is the aggressor. Now, you that they have used as a stooge to go and stop Putin in Africa, you went and go and join them in their intellectual gathering. Did you come there to assassinate the president of Russia? Did you come there to end the union? Because everything that Nigeria touches ends. Everything that Nigeria touches their hand becomes corrupted. It becomes wasted. If you are moving forward, if they come close to you, you start moving backward. Everything turns the other way around. Everything is negative. You know, Mr. President himself must be very, very lucky. You know, these past days that during that program, nobody was raped, nobody was kidnapped, and nobody. I must say that the security protocol in that place must be worth it. It must be absolutely worth it, because if not, you would have heard that the meeting of the BRICS, blah blah blah, has been compromised, and then you start hearing some funny stories, because whatever Nigeria ventures into, that thing got destroyed. Anything they touches dies. Anywhere they go, they corrupted it. And of course, I must appreciate the BRICS, the leadership of BRICS. And of course, what they did by denying Nigeria, they have shown that they are really sincere to serve the interests of whatever that is binding them together. Professor, are you with us, please? Professor has disappeared.
No, he's here. He's back.
Oh, okay.
He's back. Professor is back. And if the information minister is there, can you please send the co-host back to the first? He fall off.
All right. Sorry about that, Professor. You know, they said that you are using your neighbor's internet.
No. I think it's because of Shetima. I think it might be Shetima.
Shetima has nothing to do with it.
I think it might be Shetima.
No, I will vouch for Shetima on this one. Shetima has nothing to do with this.
I hope
Shetima is free from this. It's your neighbor's network. It's your neighbor's network that is causing it.
You know this day.
Your neighbor's network,
okay, so you mean they have kidnapped his network?
No, his neighbor's network might have been kidnapped by Shetima.
By Shetima. Okay, on that note, I might not
what
he can kidnap anything.
What Shetima does not is.
Please, fellow comrades, I want us to see if we can hand the mic to one God's will in one quo, Nigeria, whatever. God's will in one quo, you know, and another Lotus. These are verified Twitter accounts. Can we please give the microphone to God's will in one quo? We just want to hear, is he a senator or what? Let's hear from this God's will. Senate candidate. God's will in one quo. The Senate candidate is here. So let's
possibly. All right, God's will. I cannot even see them, but if they can request for Mike, they will bring him up. If they possibly another criminal. If they represent Nigeria, they are criminal.
Yeah, let's hear him. Let's hear whether he has given up on Nigeria or he wants to get buried with the Zoological Republic. Because I don't know, whatever has brought you to this space must be something. Please, Joshua, can you take the microphone, please, or raise your hands or request, and we will give you the microphone. We just want to hear from you, please. Or somebody should look for him and send him the mic, please. Gospel in one for Nigeria Senate candidates. Thank you.
He's gone.
Senate candidate. Senate candidate to call. Another criminal.
Yes, because
Another criminal.
the photo, the
Another
photo,
terrorist.
the photo on his, the photo on his Twitter is all eyes on the judiciary. We want to know the
Another
eyes with which we are looking at the judiciary. Let's know whether we can help him with more eyes. Maybe we should help with
another
more eyes.
another criminal in
What's the
waiting.
name? What's the name? What's the name of the guy?
Godswill Nwankwo, Nigeria Senate candidate. Is there, is there. It's a verified account. You can see it very easily.
He said he's a mechanical engineer, oil
Yeah,
and
please
gas industry
send him the
veteran,
mic, please.
computer scientist, finance manager, and 2023 Nigeria Senate candidate, Abia South Senatorial District.
Engineer.
I can't see him from him.
I cannot see him
You know
either.
what?
Tell him
What
to
is
request for Mike.
Please
Tell him
look,
to
look
request.
for, there are two other verified accounts. One
There's
is
no verified
Lotus.
account here.
No, listen, there's one Lotus, it's a verified account. Godswill is another verified. You will see the, you know how you notice it, you will see the blue
blue mark.
Yeah.
But
Unless, Send them the mic,
we
please.
are the co-hosts are
I
not
am
seeing it,
curious.
how are you guys seeing it?
No, please, I'm curious. I want to hear from this Godswill. Please, I want you to give him the mic. Please.
All right, Minister of Information, drop me, make Vam call so that you can see them, because I cannot see them here.
You can't see this person.
No.
If I should be able to see this fellow, send him a mic, please.
Because I'm not seeing. You know, you only see limited people. The only verified account I'm seeing is Biafra Queen. That's the only verified account I'm seeing on my side.
From Biafran Queen, you go to 1, 2,
And the same to me. The same to me. Unless if we need they have to give us a microscope.
Yeah, or they can request for Mike.
17th rule.
Please, Godswill, are you afraid to come and represent the Senate here?
Godswill, take the mic and talk to Biafrans. Biafrans are here. And of course,
we want you to convert us back to Sioux.
because he know already that his vice president. He know that his vice president is denying going to
bomb South Africa.
These guys used to have big names.
So
it could be that he just a nobody. He just decided to.
Yeah, they went to his vice president went to bomb South Africa. And this must be, yes, it is the fact, and we must talk about it. What did he see? He said he was never invited, so that's good. It means that a terrorist, the same way that they invaded Kenya to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is the same way they went to South Africa with nobody knowing, and they went there to bomb the heads of state. And we must talk about it. What did a terrorist like Fatima go to do?
With the number of people of Biafrans, these people have assassinated and killed. He could have assassinated the president of could have assassinated Vladimir Putin, because that's what they always do.
That's what they do. They are the puppet of the West.
Can you hear me? I want to remind you, in case you are hiding. Wait 1 minute. In case you are hiding and you don't want to show yourself, please, you can send your anonymous or whatever. Support the fundraising tonight to save your community, because I know that secretly you are celebrating what ESN is doing for your community. Tonight we are having a fundraising. That money you are using to contest for Senate, bring it to the fundraising tonight. We are going to protect your community, okay? Stop deceiving yourself. Tonight we are having fundraising by 7 p.m. Biafra time. And please let us not forget that, okay? Also, thank you very much.
Let me tell you what these people used to do. Vam. This person is not actually that is contesting. You know how they used to do in the zoo. If I want to contest for presidency now, I can contest. I can just go to cyber cafe. They will print a poster for me. I will go and pay, and they post it everywhere that I'm contesting for presidency. I get me. Do you know the only thing I have to do? I have to contact one local government chairman or a party chairman and tell him I'm interested in this presidential election. What he will ask is, how much do you have? You say you don't have all this money. That's why Yele Doche the other time tell you that I don't have money, but I want to contest. What he's looking for is just notice me. He want people to start contributing money for him. Are you getting me? And by so doing, for the fact that he had printed this thing, they used to compensate them. After the whole thing, he will start. He will tell the either the governor's aspirant or the presidential aspirant from any party and say, I have people following me, and if you can do this for me, I have spent some money to rally around for this presidential
Exactly what
campaign.
God's
I
will,
will sell.
exactly what God's will
I
Okpabio
will,
did.
yes,
That's
I will
exactly
sell
what
my
God's will
vote.
Okpabio did when he handed
Yes.
over. He said, "I hand over my candidate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu." That is why they gave him the Senate president. That is now sending prayers, sending prayers into private
That one
accounts.
that one
a
even
big
this one
fish.
are hustling for these people now.
That one a big fish. Now I'm talking about those that are hustling. You know, Zoo, everything is hustling. This one now you mentioned now is a hustler. Are you getting me? Once
And this one,
he says
and
he's
this,
contesting for
and this
Senate.
guy said that he's oil engineers, possibly one of those that are doing oil bunkering.
Yes, now.
These people
Or
are
those that
wicked.
they are using.
Oh,
Or
oh
those that
my
they are
God.
using to smuggle
Oh
it
my
out.
God. When I don't finish this guy.
Information Minister, please, you're welcome.
When I don't finish this guy, Muna take a music for him now. When I don't finish God's will. And I know bam bam bam, I salute you. I salute all
My minister,
the
I greet you.
I salute you, Mazifani. I salute everyone there in the house. Our chief of staff was speaking before, and I was not there when she spoke, but I heard her voice from the flat screen. So, I salute you all, amiable and lovely people of Biafra, and everyone listening to us. Please, please, please continue to support us in this, guys, just like God's will is doing. And I'm very surprised that God's will followed me as Bam 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 drew my attention. I checked that God's will followed me. So, God's will, I'm going to follow you back now. But there is something about God's will profile.
My minister, I followed him back too. He followed me.
There is something peculiar
What
about
you
God's
will
will
do, my
profile.
minister, what you will do is to tell him to always send prayers, that the ESN need prayers.
We need
And
prayers. We need prayers.
he don't need to contract pastors to do so. He knows how we used to do the Senate
Exactly.
oath. That
We
is the
need
type of
prayers.
prayer that we need. If you
And
need account number,
let
you
that
make
his
the
prayer.
ESN account number available to him to be
Yes,
sending
so.
prayers on weekly basis into that account.
Yes, God bless you,
Yeah.
sir. That is prayer should come in the right financial department so that we see the prayer very well. There's something intriguing about God's will here. Now, God's will, I followed you back now. I want people to understand that God's will, one core here, is a Biafran. That is number one. And number two, God's will is playing double standard with his profile. Now, number three, God's will.
He's a veteran. He's also a veteran.
God's will. Where is his profile again? I mean, maybe the profile of God's will open. Where the
Wait,
profile run
Sonny,
go?
Sonny, let me read it for you. Let me read it for you. Let me read it for you. Mechanical engineer, oil and
oil
gas
bunkering,
industry.
oil bunkering.
Wait, mechanical engineer, oil and gas industry, veteran. He's also a veteran. Computer scientist, finance manager, and
Hey.
2023 Kiniko, 2023
Nah.
Nigeria Senate candidate, Abia South Senatorial District. Hey,
Only God's will. God's will. All these accolades and
is he a
offices
veteran?
just for
Is
just
he a veteran? My information minister. That's something I want to call our attention to. Do you know that those repented Boko Haram, that they are veterans of the Boko Haram members?
Yes, so.
So maybe he's one of the veterans from the Boko Haram. Because he can be a veteran, he can be a veteran, a Biafra veteran, and he's going to contest. Those repented Boko Haram are veterans to
You
the
know why
Boko
it's
Haram
amazing?
members.
Look at his
That are
profile
still,
picture. If you see his
yeah.
profile picture and you look at He still went and used the eagle eye. If you use the Nigerian eagle eye, you can never see anything far. You can't see far more than where you stand, my brother.
God's will, you don't buy job today. You buy job in the hands of your
Ego,
Biafran brothers. You buy a
ego
very
eye
good
of Nigeria. You know this? Do you know this bird? Our people used to call it ikwikwi. Do you know ikwikwi?
And when you check God's will's profile, the last post that God's will retweeted is a frog was named after Tinubu yesterday. after being seen hopping around with a cap on his head, the frog was said, don't disappear now. The frog was said to have the face of a known criminal and a drug lord who forcefully took power illegally in a known African country. Note, dear distinguished qualified country officer, please note that this picture is for illustration purpose only, pointing at the recognizable part of the state as mentioned above. Now you can use Tinubu. He used Tinubu take the frog. Hey! And all the posts of God's will is all about castigating Tinubu and destroying Tinubu indirectly. And he does not post anything about, make I see whether he even reshare anything about Biafra. But he is here supporting Biafra indirectly, but no one come out directly. God's will actually followed almost all of us, but he's here acting as a very good Nigerian. So God's will, please continue to do your work. Maybe you'll be underground sniper of one Nigeria. But deal with them very well. But always remember where the account of ESN and Biafran Liberation Army is, so that I can do some prayer. Thank you, Mwachineke. And please, let's remember that our fundraising is today. And our co-host, please, let's try to end the broadcast or the space on top of the hour, so that we will have some time to go and rest before we come back for fundraising. So on top of the hour, we try to bring it down so that we can have some release. I salute everyone in the house and your time and commitment. And I say, it is only Biafra. I have given God's will mic over and over and over again, but he's not ready to speak. So God's will, when you're ready, you pick the mic and speak to Biafra.
My minister, let me tell God's will. Let me give God's will another secret. God's will, you can go and come in Nicodemously with another account, and you can go and come in Nicodemously, so that Elizu will not go after you. We understand your game.
But God's will, how come you are castigating your one Nigeria president like this, and yet you are still bearing the flag of the same one Nigeria? You say all eyes on the judiciary, but yet you are already calling the same president of your one Nigeria, a new Nigeria, a frog. So how come a frog is your president and you're still celebrating a Nigeria that is being led by a frog? Can a frog lead a country to become something? Or are everyone inside the country now going to become frogs, or they will now find themselves in a whale? Now, please help us, because this is your picture. It will speak too many explanations for people.
Do you know why? Do you know why I like people that are not Nigerians? Do you know why I like America? America will make mistake and own up to their mistake. They will say, Joe Biden, we voted him in, but he's a disaster. We shouldn't have voted him in. But in Nigeria, a typical Nigerian, more especially those ones that they call patriotic Nigerian, that's the new name they give to themselves. They said is 1 million Nigerians. You know, these people are changing their names on daily basis. They have diverted to one Nigeria. You know, before now, When I was growing, those days in my primary schools, Sonia Parawa, you bear me witness, and many others that are older here, we bear me witness that those days, what we hear is Nigeria. That's Nigeria we hear in the school. What is your nationality? You say Nigeria. But all of a sudden, of recent from 2010, is it from 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? More especially from 11, 12, when the agitation started, I started hearing one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. And they didn't keep me thinking, how can a country be one Nigeria from Nigeria? Then, that apart, now they have seen that the one Nigeria is no more working because Biafrans are hell-bent in breaking that one Nigeria. They want now, what they want to say is one meaning, the meaningful, the good meaning Nigerians.
If the Nigeria was one, why were they answering? Why would they have to say it so that the people can get used to it? One Nigeria. Why would they always have to say it?
They say now that the name they will prefer is well-meaning Nigerians. Well-meaning Nigerians. Because the one is no longer working.
There are the ones that even answer wounded Nigerians. Wounded the Nigerians.
Because it's the same one Nigeria that they bear and went to BRICS. BRICS, they chased them out. So now they want to put that well-meaning.
Niger kicked them out.
Niger kicked them out. So when they added that well, are you getting me? So any well-thinking, reasoning person will say, oh, these people, they meant well. Since well is added to their name, well-meaning Nigerians. So these ones are people that
if Nigeria see you for road, it go hide.
These ones are the ones that are dedicated. Perhaps they want to make the zoo better, but just give them one post.
If I you know that these people they live in illusion. So because of their elusive mindset, elusive nature of life, they think that when you put one Nigeria or well-meaning Nigeria, they think that we make the
yes, we make well. Your problem. We make your problem automatically go away. I was in a space. That's where the Holy Spirit just dropped that topic. And tell me that these people illusion is disturbing them.
Comrades, I beg make una give mic to other people.
Let's go to Williams. Williams, praise Elohim.
Please, can you raise your hands?
We have three actually.
I greet you,
Williams.
BIAFRANS. I greet you all, great BIAFRANS all over the world. The good, the bad, the ugly, I greet you. Once you are in this space, proclaiming the gospel of Elohim, the Chukwu Kabiama continue to uplift you and sustain us all into this glory land. Isha. The prof. There was a song he sang yesterday, in American style, in Yankee style. Who let the dogs out? Who? About this commander of terrorists, the Shetima, the Boko. Yes, that song entered me. So I quickly remembered our own, which we sing locally here when we were in the school. Onye kpọ nkịta bịa chọọchị, chụpụ ya, ọ ga-atagburu anyị pope, chụpụ ya. That was exactly what they did to him yesterday in South Africa. You know, he who goes to equity goes with a clean hand. But this terrorist went to South Africa with a bomb loaded in his pants. And then Putin, with his vicious eyes, saw him and then asked the South Africans to kick him out. And they used the big boots they used to clean gutter and kick him out. They call it in cool. That's old people's shoe, and kick him out back to Nigeria. And he came back and he was blushing like a dog with a torn mouth. That he was never there for for the conference. They keep going in a manner that suits them front and back because they believe as terrorists they can do and undo. But Biafra is a bone that is on their neck, and if they swallow us, they will die. If they bring it out, they can't bring us out. They must always die because there's no going back. We must get our freedom, which is here already. So for them to continue to deceive themselves by all the lies and propaganda they are doing, it means that God has already saved us from destruction, and they are the one not to be destroyed. We are fighting this battle because of our children. I have two beautiful children here growing like elephants on daily basis, and I'm seeing their future because Biafra will give them a future that I never had as a father. That is the simple truth. And I like what our Prime Minister is doing. Today is a fundraising, and for the past 1 month, I've tried to open up a dollar account. I didn't see it necessary before, but because of trying to contribute, even if it is 1 cent. Since last month, I've been trying to open this dollar account. I know it can enable me to even pay from Nigeria here. But by next week, by the grace of God, the card will come out that can enable me to be chipping in, even if it is 1 cent on daily basis, so that our warriors, they call their killers warriors. Then the real warriors of Biafra land, the veterans, those people that our heroes can be sustained. That is the essence of me trying to open this dollar account, so that even in Abuja here, I can be able to chip in. I know that with that dollar account, I can chip in whatever that is available for me to chip in. Thank you, great Biafrans all over the world. The fire must keep on burning because we're already here and we are not going back.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mwachineke. We go to praise Elohim.
No, hold on. There's somebody that we have here, and I think this is his first time. I've checked. Maybe he's not a Nigerian or he's not a Biafran, but the name he have here
is it Ikenga?
Ikenga. Yes. Ikenga, please can you unmute yourself? Something that you wrote on your listing attracted me to you. You said, I will leave other things that you wrote to human rights activists and endorser and all those things, artists and the welder, biker. You wrote something. Don't let them tempt you. Do not let them tempt you. British have tried over time to tempt the Biafrans. They have tried over the years to tempt the Biafrans, and they have tried over the years to tempt Africa. And without Biafra, they will have tempted Africa because Africa don't have risen again on their feet to do anything. So I want you to come up, Ikenga. Please, can you unmute yourself and let's hear from you to know what you have for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my brother Williams. Ifani, Simon, Sonim Parawa, Simon. I know. This is my first time.
You a Biafran?
Yes, of course, I'm a Biafran. No normal human being here with this situation of things. So you just have to be a Biafran. Consciously or unconsciously. Everybody should be a Biafran. It's a normal thing. Except if you are not, except those that are tamed already, because I know some of our people have been tamed to believe that Nigeria is the only country for them. Yes. It's not easy to survive, just to survive. I'm not talking about being prosperous. To survive as a Nigerian, your survival is not even guaranteed. So no right thinking human being will be defending or fighting for a state that aim at killing you at any slight opportunity. So I thank you all, my brothers, for gathering here this afternoon from my zone, my time zone. Yes, I want to thank everybody, most especially our brothers abroad that are contributing financially to this struggle, because you can't really talk about a struggle without finance. Yes, you can't just come to social media. We talk and talk and talk, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. Yes. Again, following who no road. Yes, there are other agitators, but then Simon is the road. Not the only who no road. Now the road be that. So we just have to comport to his leadership until we free our leader and eventually get Biafra. Yes, when I look at things happening around Africa, like in West Africa these days, you know, there is a very great opportunity, and only a wise man will take opportunity or advantage of the situation and get freedom. Yes. And looking at things, Simon is still the only one man making move towards taking that advantage. Others are seeing it as a normal their career. How do I put it? Career agitators. They agitate for a living. They believe that you agitate for years. They don't really want the Biafra to come. They just want to keep agitating. Keep agitating. And again, being friend with the so-called zoo that you're agitating against. Yes, one of the reasons why I subscribed to Simon when others were saying he's doing what he's doing this, I was like, our leader said, anything you are doing and your enemy is happy with it, you are not doing the right thing. But anything you are doing and your enemy, which is the government, the FG of the zoo, is angry, they are agitated, that is the right one. Keep doing it. It doesn't matter who gives us Biafra, or who the Biafra finally comes through his leadership. But the most important thing is we are moving. We are moving, and our leader will be proud of us no matter what. No matter what, because he knows that Simon is the real deal. He is the real deal. And I'm also grateful to other people working with him, because a tree cannot make a forest. Yes, a tree cannot make a forest. We have people right here. I know of Sonim Barawa and other people that are in his cabinet. I want to equally thank and encourage them. Yes, they are doing a wonderful job. It's not easy to lead the great people of Biafra. You know, we are too wise now. We are too wise to be led. That's one of our problems. That is why we are still in Nigeria. Nobody wants to be a follower. Everybody wants to lead. That is just the problem that we have. So I thank you all. I don't have much to say. I want to say thank you, and let's continue until, by God's grace, we'll get Biafra before the end of this year. Thank you all.
Ise, Ikenga, you said, there's something that you said that I love. You said that everybody.
What happened to Ifeanyi? Can anybody hear him?
Yes, I can hear myself. You said that everybody just have to be a Biafran. Everybody just have to be a Biafran. It doesn't matter what. My brother. What you just said reminded me what our leader said, that a time will come. Everybody, you don't need. Nobody will be IPOB. Nobody will be Biafra. Everybody will want to answer that name, Biafra. But I could remember those years. If you ask somebody, "Are you a Biafran?" He will say, "No." How do you mean I'm a Biafra? I'm a Nigerian. But with what you said now shows me that the message have really sank deep.
You say that everybody just have to be a Biafran, which means whether that person like it or whether the person don't like him, he just have to be a Biafran. That's just the situation of things. That is where things has gotten. You must, if you don't want freedom, we will drag you to it. By the time we get our freedom, you can jump out, because you can only force the horse to the water, but you can't force the horse to drink from it. So we're going to drag all the horses to the river. Are you getting me? Those that want to drink will drink. Those that don't want to drink can go back to the desert north, where there's dryness, where there's no water for them to drink. So those that want to go to Biafra will go. And those that don't want to go, we drag them. And when Biafra is restored, they can jump to where they want to, because Biafra is going to be. And those that don't want to go, we drag them. And when Biafra is restored, they can jump to where they want to, because Biafra is going to be